On a gorgeous southern afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Atlanta, Georgia, and inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Keep playing hard. Ready, get ready, get ready. Check, check, walk 54, walk 54. Gun. Kill. 39. Kill, turn up. Kill. Wait. Deuce. Ready, set.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in Week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Mike's 50. Now watch run. 36, 30. Hey, Rick Lance. Twitch. Let us go.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
2 yards. It's now 3rd and 15.
Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction.
Check 25. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
You draw quarter. 39.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction.
Get that ball. Hey, watch that. 54, South. 54. Mike, 54. Double.
Hey, Delta.
That's the way. Right there, 54. Check.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ready. Like 25. Check. Walk 54. 22. I'm coming. Hey, South. Hey, alert 3. Alert flare. Mike spot 4. Ready, set.
Here's the 2nd year back from Southern Miss, Ito Smith. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
And the judge does a nice job there of navigating and picking up some yardage. Remember, no Tevin Coleman in the backfield, so he's moved up in the pecking order, getting a lot of playing time for these Atlanta Falcons.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yeah.
Maybe that extra, that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
It's a party now. It's a party now. Shift.
51, Sam.
49, check 49, check 66, pull it high.
20.
Back.
Check.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Bryant tacks on the extra point. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. Oh, he sheds himself free. He's at the 40, past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
21.
I can't believe they even let you play. Check 3, check
58. Got it.
motion.
51.
Hey, Charlie.
Ryan. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Check Mike 54. Mike.
Space. Hey, Tuesday.
Alert 3.
Let him go.
Now Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Gun. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch
54, tough.
Ricky. Shoot.
Hey, express.
Smooth.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be out right at the 35. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. 7-7, our score after 1. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd down and 12. On 2nd down, it's Carson. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Here's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here we go.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
You got it.
At the 24-yard line.
Mike 50.
Hey, Strickland. Bravo.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner, the former 2nd-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Mike 50.
Hey, Zoo.
Get up.
Gun. Check.
Get some penetration here. He's getting some penetration.
Go.
They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 28 yards. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Protein spill.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Ready, blue 80. Blue 80.
Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Hey, tight.
Check, check.
There you go. Switch, switch, switch. Kill, 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 kill.
Hey, right.
Rush in. Rush in.
22. Check, 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 check. Base, base. Hey. High 7.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things.
50.
Gun.
Switch up, switch up. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
5.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. He's got Sanu. Ryan to Sanu. Good for an Atlanta 1st down.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play wildcat quarterback for you as well.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Ready, blue 80. We're ready.
Watch by 4.
Base.
Watch the slant, watch the slant.
58.
Watch the slant.
Hey, Haywood. 287.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ready. Like 25.
54.
Hey, South.
Come on now, come on now.
On 3rd down, Ryan. He's going to let this go for the end zone. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's a elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Carson. And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. This is Carson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
First down, Seahawks.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Rolling to his right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Oh, here we go. Gun.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, check.
Hey, exit.
To throw again, Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there just before halftime. 54 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
51, South. Hey, South.
Mike 54. It's our field. It's our field.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Hey, one set, one
Hey, 59, ready.
54. Mike, 54. Hey, let's get in them holes.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver. And it's second down.
Shaquille Griffin there defensively.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
Got 20, 20. Base.
Spot forward. Mike, spot forward.
Hey, watch the delay.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Ready, set.
Throwing again. Ryan. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And that takes us from second to third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Check. Gun.
Okay, double up.
To throw again is Ryan. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. The kick by Bryant is good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Now Wilson. They'll roll him out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tank McKinley made his way into the backfield.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got his target. That's more. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Wilson. That's caught by Penny. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Steps away to his left. That is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers, and that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They run from the pistol here with Freeman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10.
Gun. Hey, wahoo!
From the gun, Ryan is going to let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Check. 21. My 50. Hey, seam 6. Let him go.
To throw again, Ryan. He sets to fire deep. And he fires one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Crabtree has it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
1st down, Seahawks.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 2nd and 9, Wilson, he will find the rookie from Ole Miss. That's DK Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Throw right side, caught by Ridley. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter, and they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, get ready, get ready. Let's go, let's get this ball back for the offense, let's go.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but
rush coming, and he's taken down. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Matt Ryan trying to lead the Falcons from behind. Last year in 16 starts, just one 4th quarter comeback for the QB. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise, this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Check 25. Hey, Tuesday. 20.
Hey, Alpha.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Ryan eluding the pressure right. And his pass incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
380. 59. Hey, watch the slant.
Penny, a 1st down carry. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now it's Carson. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Grady Jarrett with the tackle. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll toss it out to Carson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. They run the counter. Carson, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, standing right on his own 5-yard line. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference right here.
It really shouldn't, but a lot of coaches look at it similar to baseball with the intentional walk.
Always bringing in other sports.
Always. Hey, listen, think about the intentional walk, right? What if one gets past the catcher? What if he uncorks a wild one and now you still have an opportunity? That's why they like to use them all the way through.
So the victory here for Seattle, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Seahawks, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss, and they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.